Hi, this is Sarah Yates, your candidate for International Vice President of District 3, and welcome back to my video blog. Today we are 60 days out from convention, so this starts the main countdown towards all things Seattle. So I am just finishing up all the hallmarks for Beta Zeta Omega, my home chapter. They were due yesterday, and I have to admit I was working right up until the last minute on them. So all of that is still fresh in my mind, and that brings me to today's topic. So the thing that I get asked to talk about the most is our current honors study topic, which is the democratization of information, power, peril, and promise. And I love this topic because it is oh so relevant to pretty much anything and anyone you can possibly imagine, because the democratization of information pretty much embodies this concept that the access that we have to all these massive amounts of information on pretty much anything you can think of, whether it's through the internet or television or the printed word, any way you get your information, it affects everything from education to science to the arts to how we view the world. It affects everything. So I love the fact that we're studying this right now because it's really good for us as honor students to really think about how this affects what I'm doing and how I view the world and what I need to do with that information. Yes, as students, the number one question we are always asking in any class or or in any situation is, how does this apply to my life and how can I use this information? And thankfully, that is exactly what we need to be looking at as honor students when we're talking about this study topic. Because the fact of the matter is, the democratization of information has in fact changed our view of the world and of education and what it is that we are really seeking when we are seeking an education. The best the best example of this I have is a quote by Albert Einstein. He once said, "There's no need to memorize anything I can look up in a book." And Einstein was a genius, and this was even before the days of Google. So if education has evolved from memorization, then what is it evolving into? And my argument is basically that the democratization of information has really been an initiative for an evolution of education to a critical thinking exercise. What we're doing is we are figuring out where to find the information we're looking for, and because this information is so easily accessible, that means instead of spending our time memorizing information, we need to be building on that information and doing something with it. We can make so many leaps and bounds, beyond what people before us have done, simply on the fact that we've already got the information there. And in a lot of cases, we've already got the research there, which means we just have to make that critical thinking step and say, okay, well, here's the information. What am I going to do with it? As Phi Theta Cappans and as honor students, it is our job to really lead the way with this idea of building on information and using critical thinking skills to achieve our goals. And as Phi Theta Cappans, we have the best potential for changing the world. We are smart, we are dedicated, we are enthusiastic, and we all have the capability to work together. We are building each other as contacts, and we are bringing different viewpoints to the table. So the democratization of information itself is providing us with the opportunity to use this study topic to achieve our goals and to achieve our dreams and to encourage others and to drive others and to show others how to do that themselves. So that, in a very tiny nutshell, is the democratization of information, power, peril, and promise. I always like to start with making things very, very simple. So forgive me if I oversimplify, but it's always a good place to start with the very basic concept. And I am a firm believer that we as Phi Theta Kappas, with a drive for excellence and a motivation to learn, have the capability to really lead our communities and our world for the better in this era of information overload. And we are going to be the people that reform education. We are the people that are going to find a cure for cancer. We are the people that are going to drive and teach and motivate our culture. So it's a good thing to know about this stuff. Now, we are 60 days out from Seattle, and I am getting my campaign together and getting it in full swing. I did mail off my application last week. I was really excited about that. It's kind of nerve-wracking giving that to the post office lady. It was like handing over my firstborn child, but I'm really excited. It's really getting more and more real every day. In fact, I now have one official campaign staff member, Matthew Lagori from New Mexico. I'm real excited about that. Hi, Matthew. And I do have plenty of openings for, say, a campaign manager and campaign staff members and anybody who wants to help in any way. It does count as elective points for competitive edge if you help somebody campaign for international office. Just saying. So thank you so much for watching my video blog. I appreciate you being here. And just remember, if you strive for excellence today, you will achieve your dreams tomorrow.